Hey, what is going on, you guys? John Shea here from the No Shame Income blog. Today we're going to be talking about how to grow on YouTube from 0 subscribers to 1,000 subscribers. But before we dive into today's video, if you're brand new here, be sure to throw a thumbs up on the video and be sure to subscribe to my channel for future videos. I'm releasing new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'm also going to leave a comment for anybody that actually goes back and decides to leave a comment on this video. So let's jump into today's video. I'm going to bring you over to my desktop and actually walk you through some things that I've done on my channel to help me grow and get to 1,000 subscribers. So let's dive in. Alright guys, so we're over on my desktop and what I want to do is really walk you through my own channel, talk about some of the things that I've done, and really give you a little bit of my own journey with YouTube to show you some of the things that I was able to do to really get to 1,000 subscribers. So the first thing I'm going to really talk about is some of the formatting of the channel and just some of the very basic stuff. And then I'm going to go through and show you a couple tools that I've been using to really get to a point where it's allowed me to grow a lot faster and just save a lot of time, and some other things that you may want to consider if you're really going to take this seriously. At the end of the video as well, I'm also going to mention that I do have something I'm going to be putting together. It is not out yet, but I will be adding it later on to this video, where I'm going to actually have a little bit more of an in-depth course that goes through how to do all of this, and I'm going to shine a lot more details on some of the things I'll be talking about in this video. So the first thing is really customizing your channel and setting up your branding, right? So I decided to come up with this brand name. I call it No Shame Income. So really, it's very obvious that my channel is going to be about entrepreneurship, making money, making income, and that was what I decided to come up with for my brand. A lot of people will use their name, and that's entirely up to you, but I wanted to really come up with something that was more of a brandable name. And my blog is also using the same name as well. I own the domain noshameincome.com. So this is probably the first thing that you're really going to want to do when it comes to setting up your channel, is coming up with some kind of branded name, whether or not that's you or a specific name itself. The next thing would be going and getting some artwork. So I actually have this channel icon here. You can see I just had something made. You could use a tool like canva.com. I'll actually head over there now real quick. You could use something like canva.com to have all these different graphics and stuff made. Like here you can see I made my subscribe now button with this. Here's some concept stuff I was working on. Very, very easy to use. I'm not going to go in depth into that, but this would be a great tool for getting some of these graphics made for your channel. The other thing was actually a big headline image, and I like to have some kind of call to action. So you can see here we have more free content with an arrow, and this actually links over to my blog. And it also has my Facebook and Twitter, which are basically the two platforms that I'm active on outside of YouTube. Some of the other things that I did to really get my growth going was I started creating a lot of videos. So if we actually go into my dashboard, you can see here, let me see if I can actually, we may have to do a filter here, but over the last 30 days, I've been able to get just almost 400 subscribers in the last 30 days alone. Now that I've started taking this more seriously, we've got almost about 8,500 views and about 30,000 minutes watched on my channel here. So this isn't like insane numbers, but I was able to very quickly get over the 1,000 subscriber mark by just doing some of the things I'll be sharing with you here in a bit. Really, let's take a look quickly at the analytics to kind of see an overall how long, kind of the growth period, and you can see some of the charts where originally when I created this channel, I was actually spending a lot of time doing some things and really started to put a lot more effort into things as of more recently. You can see how much this has spiked up over the last several months. Whereas initially when I started, I wasn't putting a lot of time and energy into the channel. You can even see it with comments, shares, all this stuff, playlists, subscribers, really just started to see a massive spike because I started taking this more seriously. So the biggest thing I did starting out is I said, you know what, I'm going to come up with a schedule. So figuring out which days that you actually want to post your videos. So for me, I decided to come up with Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I use Mondays as my day to produce videos. So if I can, I will try to actually produce all of my videos for the week on a Monday and have them scheduled out on Wednesday and Friday. I have heard of other people doing like kind of a sprint where maybe they'll go and do, like 30 days of videos, do a video a day, or they'll do 90 days of videos and do a video a day. But I didn't want to kind of put myself in a position where I would, in a way, like set myself up to fail or feel like oh, I didn't meet my goals because I basically didn't end up posting a video one of the days. So I thought 3 a week was pretty good. I've had a similar struggle, like if I try to work out every single day, right, that's going to be a lot of stress, and if I miss a day, then I'm going to get down on myself about it. I'm going to feel like I didn't meet my goals, and eventually I end up, quitting on it. So what I wanted to do with YouTube is something that was very reasonable. 3 videos a week, do something that's a little bit higher quality, and not just try to crank out a ton of stuff and not put as much time and energy into those videos. So some of the other things that I've noticed is certain videos have just kind of taken off, whereas others have not done as well. Over a period of time, you can see, like I did a video here, my most popular one, where I compared one of the landing page tools out there called ClickFunnels to another landing page tool, and I basically just did a very quick comparison of both, and this one really took off. It has almost 10,000 views, and if you look even in my top 10, my lowest one only has 1,500. So what will happen with some of your videos is stuff will potentially take off. Here's like a product review video. This one has actually made me well over $2,000 just from reviewing one single product. So, don't expect that this is going to happen with every video. I've actually produced, I think now on the channel, let me see if it has a count, 192 total videos, which I believe probably about 170 of them are public. Some of them are hidden and used for some of my online courses and other things like that. But let me talk a little bit about some of the things that I've been doing to really help myself grow and save time. So the first, it's kind of secret, I guess I would share, is this software called Tubebuddy. This is something that basically saves you a lot of time when it comes to producing your YouTube videos. So if we go to the features set, they have all of these different tools and add-ons that you can use within the software for doing things like uploading your videos, adding end screen templates, doing like scheduled publishing. You can have a thumbnail generator so you can easily create the thumbnails right inside their tool. You can set up different filters for comments. There's templates for cards, all different kinds of things that really, it just helps you save a ton of time. The other thing that this tool does is if we actually go into a video, so we'll take, let's take this one here, for example. This is one I just published on Friday, and I'm gonna just make sure it's not gonna play here. So I'm gonna pause myself. And as you can see, one of the things that we have with this video is I can see all of the tags. This is a feature of Tubebuddy. This whole little thing here on the right hand side, they call it Videolytics. I can go in here and actually see the search engine rankings for some of the keywords that I've added. So I actually rank on the second page for Online Courses 2018. And I believe this was ranking a little bit better on Friday. What I noticed is when I initially publish videos, they'll see a little bit more visibility in the search rankings on YouTube, but then they'll some cases kind of die off. So either way, what has kind of happened for some of these videos, like I know I did this one, which also took off, I did last week. I did a review on an electric bike, and you can see here's mine here. And if you compare this, let's do this even better. We'll do mate bike because there's some other stuff. Mate bike, here's my video showing up #1. I'm actually beating out every single other competitor here. And I'll kind of go through and share some of the things that I did with this video. So the first is I wanted to create high quality thumbnails. Now, I'm not really a good person when it comes to graphics. I've never considered myself a graphic designer, but this thumbnail, hands down, honestly, it looks way better than any of the other thumbnails in my opinion showing up here. This one's pretty good. This one's not bad, but these other ones, like this is just a guy riding on the street. You can't even really see the bike. This one's okay. This one, there's no text. He's got the bike in there, but clearly this one, like, it really stands out. You get the yellow, the blue, the big red mate bike, and then there's me on the side, and I just took an image of the bike and put it in the background. And this was only posted 3 weeks ago, and it's already gaining like massive traction. I already have 2,000 views, and I'll talk about some of the other things I did with this. So the biggest thing when I start out my videos, and you'll notice it with this one, is I ask people to like and subscribe the video. I also encourage them to comment. So you'll see those 3 things at the beginning of every video. The other thing that I like to do is kind of come up with a format of how I do my videos. So in this case, I will do kind of me introducing whatever it is, and then I'll usually do screen share, just like I'm doing with this one. In this particular video, it was something where I was showing like a product outside or something physical. So I'm not going to screen share my bike. Obviously, I'm going to be doing that full as I'm going through and showing that. But for most of the videos, I'm doing kind of an introduction of me on the camera and then switching over to something where I share the actual content on my desktop like I'm doing now. The other thing that I do is I make sure my descriptions are pretty lengthy, And I put in links to relevant stuff, like I talk about here's something I'm promoting, here's a link to the bike that I referenced. I ask people to subscribe, and then I have a little disclaimer where they can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, find my blog. Some of the music, I have a disclaimer that, you know, hey, this is where it's provided, so they're getting credit. And then just a little legal disclaimer that if people buy something through my links or check out any of my stuff, that there's no guarantee of results and that they really should do their own research, and I'm not a lawyer, yada, yada, yada. So you can see here with every comment, I'll actually go back and reply to their comments, just have some engagement going for anybody that does comment. And the other thing that I do is I maximize how many tags I use on every single video. So in this case, you get up to 500 words of tags. And with Tubebuddy, I can now see how many of these keywords I put in are actually ranking. So this thing is basically ranking everywhere, like mate bike review, mate bike, e-bike, electrical bicycle, mate X bike. So this is actually pretty crazy. Like electric bike review supposedly is ranking number 6, which is probably a really big term. Although I don't know, sometimes those rankings, they don't really, you know, they aren't necessarily as true as I think they, as the actual tracker says they are. But this one, it actually is. So if you type electric bike review on all of YouTube, this one, Tubebuddy gives you a little bit of a score. So they tell me this is something that's going to be extremely competitive. But because I took the extra time to make a really nice video, I actually got this to rank in the 6th position. The only other guy who's beating me is this guy who does a ton of electric bike reviews. But mine is actually showing up pretty high. So this could turn into something fairly popular, and over time, you know, build up a lot of views. So the biggest thing I would say is focusing some time on these keywords, using them in your tags, adding them to the title. So if we use this same example, I actually have mate bike review, and I also put in e-bike, and I also put in affordable e-bike. So there's some keywords there that I'm utilizing that people might pick up on. Like if someone starts typing in affordable, you can see it gives us a suggestion, and you can see here affordable electric bike. If I put in B, you can see affordable e-bike, and I don't know if I use this as a tag, but it actually is ranking. So I have here, this is an ad 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm ranking in 4th place for affordable e-bike. So there's people doing research and looking for these keywords. So when I create my videos, I wanted some intent of them to be able to find it. Some of the other things that I've done, if we go back to my channel, is I utilize a photo of me in almost every single photo, or thumbnail rather. I'll take the time to do something new and unique, and I usually do like me pointing, you know, where I've just got my hand and I'm pointing to something. I try to vary it up. I'm not just using the same photo in every single one. I did go back on some of my older videos and actually used the same template. These were all older videos that I had from when I started the channel 2 years ago. But for my more recent stuff, I've been customizing them and using kind of this template where I change out the photo. I'll kind of change up the fonts and move things around. Maybe I have me on the right side and the text on the left. Like this one, you can see I did kind of a red gradient, and on a lot of the others I did a blue gradient in the background. But yeah, I'll do some other stuff. I'll leave a link again below to another program I have where I'm going to walk you guys through some of the thumbnail creation and really break down a lot of this in more detail. But I would say the biggest things that I've found to growing this is constantly giving people the ability to subscribe. You can create a specialized link with YouTube where basically when they go to this link, I'll just do this now, pretty much it's going to ask them to subscribe. So I'm constantly asking them to go to this in my channel, mentioning it in my videos, creating high quality thumbnails, and then just having some consistency. So whether or not you know, you're really trying to build a YouTube audience, I think these would be some real basic tips. But again, I'll leave a link below. When the program is ready, I will have that added to this video, and you guys will be able to check out my full in-depth kind of guide on how to really grow to up to 1,000 subscribers. But I wanted to create this video just to give you guys a little bit of a starting point so you know some of the things that I'm doing to have success.